Clint Cosgrove, Rivals.com, here with 4-star and number 1 overall all-purpose back in the 2024 class. We've got Aneyas Williams out of Hannibal High School in Missouri. And Aneyas, you've whittled your list of 26 offers down to a top 10. And, before we jump into that, just give me an idea of why you thought now was a good time to narrow that list down.
Just throughout the process, I mean, a bunch of guys like me would say with these big time offers, and a lot of them, it becomes stressful, but I mean, it's what you make it for sure. But throughout my process, I mean, I've been to the school I want to be, so I feel pretty comfortable about this list. So yeah, with that being said, I felt the time was right, so that's what we went with.
Nice. So narrowing that focus down, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, let's let them rip. Here's the top 10. We got Missouri, Alabama, Notre Dame, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio State, Georgia, Ole Miss, Penn State, and Florida. Man, you got a top 10 of the who's who of football. A little bit of every conference here. Let's go through them one by one. And, just give me a quick thought on each of these schools and why they made your top list. And we'll start with the home state team, Missouri. Why'd they make the top 10, Aneyas?
Well, you said it best. Hometown team. You can't just get them out the equation that quick. Made good relationships with everybody. Been to a few games. It's home. Know all the people. Be close to family. Just stuff like that.
For sure. How about Alabama?
Alabama kind of speaks for themselves. I'm a winner. I like to win. Coach Saban was going to put anybody in position to win, and then Coach Gillespie went up and had a good camp with him. Ended up coming home with the first offer of camp season that they gave out. So that was exciting, and that was actually my first offer going into my junior season.
Wow, that's big time, man. You don't see that happen often. Notre Dame, and I know you were just on a visit there. What are your thoughts on Notre Dame, and why did they make the top list?
Oh, it's just a good place. Obviously Notre Dame kind of speaks for themselves. You get the best of both worlds. You got the education piece, which was made very important on my visits when I went and talked to Coach Freeman. That was one of his big messages, and along with the other people on the staff. And then football, I mean, they're a top school every single year. They're going to put you in position to win and have success. So obviously that's a good piece. And then Coach McCollum, I had a good relationship with him too. So had to put them on there.
Awesome. Tennessee having a big year, obviously.
Oh yeah, Tennessee is definitely one of those schools that I think everybody could have seen this coming this year. And then I've been down there twice, actually. The first time we went up was just a little photo shoot and stuff like that, unofficial visit. And then we wanted to show what I had, basically, because I didn't go home with the offer the first time. So I was like, let me go up for a camp and show them what I can do. So Coach Mack and Coach Walter had been recruiting me for a while. So finally getting down there was good. And I just have good relationships with them. And Tennessee's crazy. Place is nice.
Yeah. Well, the competitor in you went back and got that offer.
Yep.
Another SEC school, Kentucky. Tell me about that.
Oh, Kentucky's obviously not out of the picture, but they just their offense, and when I talk to their coaches, their OC, their offense is pretty well fit for me. The way they run the ball and the way they get their running back in space, which is kind of, I mean, obviously they got me as an all-purpose back, so me running the ball and being able to play other positions like slot, Kentucky's offense is definitely really fits me well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Chris Rodriguez is having a big year there. To the Big Ten, Midwest, we got Ohio State.
Yep. I mean, you're seeing what they can do this year. Big dogs up there putting in work. I went up there. It was my first game day visit, so it was my first experience doing all that. So that was exciting and kind of blew me away, I'd say. I met some crazy people on that visit. You got LeBron, you got Jason Tatum and Zeke. So, I mean, it was just a really good experience, and the relationship started over the summer and stayed talking since.
Yeah, it's quite the first game day experience, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Now we got defending national champions and obviously a standout program in Georgia.
Yep, Georgia. They kind of came at me late, but it's Georgia. Uh, Me and Coach McGee, we had actually been in contact. My C3 coach is pretty close because we have a commit up there, Ray Cantrell. He's committed up to Georgia. So my C3 coach had been kind of putting me on Georgia's list for a while. And once you guys actually released me as the number one all-purpose back, Georgia kind of came at me. And Coach McGee, we had talked on and off. We didn't have a crazy connection, but now, I mean, he sends me a text every morning, and obviously it's kind of hard to leave the defending champs out your top.
No question. Not everybody gets that option. Ole Miss, obviously Lane Kiffin and his offense is something that kids talk about. Why did Ole Miss make the list?
They're just rolling this year, and I like the way they're doing what they're doing. I mean, I think they're on the come up as well. I think they're another one of those teams that could surprise everybody and come out of nowhere. Coach Blackwell, we started talking a good amount, and I mean, he just seems like what he plans on doing with me sounds like something I'm interested in, and we kind of always clicked and had a good relationship as well. And I've heard Ole Miss is a pretty fun place to be at, so I kind of took it by ear.
Awesome. Yeah, I've never been down there, but I've heard it's a cool game day environment. Penn State, back to the Big Ten, another big stadium. Tell me about Penn State.
Oh yeah, Penn State's another one of the schools. They've been recruiting me well for a while. They seem really excited for me, and then just relationships would say is a big thing with Penn State. It's just kind of hard the way they recruited me. They had multiple coaches texting me and calling me, and then obviously their success with backs is it's something that you definitely got to consider. You got Saquon, and Saquon's the only one I think off the top of my head, but obviously there's more, and they just seem like another school that I would really want to check out and definitely got to get down to.
Yeah, no, they had some good backs when I was coming up. Like I remember Curtis Enos back in the day. I think it was
Oh yeah,
that was a long time ago. Now your 10th school on the list, Florida, back to the SEC. Why did Florida make the top 10?
Just obviously Florida's Florida. I mean, they've been obviously another good team that's having a great year. I think they're in the strides of doing something big. Their recruiting class, I mean, they're actually really high up there for 24s as well. They don't have a running back yet for the 24, I don't believe. I could be mistaken, but I went up there. They were another one of those schools that I went to a camp for and competed for them and enjoyed Coach Jaluk. We kind of connected. I mean, obviously, connecting with coaches isn't too hard for me, but just another place that was interesting and kind of surprised me. So and then their new help me out.
Facility?
New facility. I couldn't get the word. Their new
It happens, man.
New facilities are mind blowing. I mean, definitely an upgrade from what they had. So obviously, that's gonna attract some attention as well.
No question. Well, I mean, that's a great top 10. Obviously, each school has their place in there for a reason. Very well stated. I can see why you connect with Coach as well. How about this? And we'll finish with this. What is your commitment timeline? When do you want to have a decision done by?
I don't have like an official date, but I'm really one of those guys. I kind of want to be sooner than later. I just want to get it out the way, but not get out the way in a bad way. I mean, I'm obviously going to wait till the time's right, but I think I don't plan on waiting till my senior year, to be honest. I'd like to have my commitment out by this summer for sure.
Awesome. Well, we'll be waiting for that. Excited to see how things plan out, and I look forward to. We'll probably meet up again if you whittle this list down again, or for a commitment video, man. But I can't thank you enough. We got 4-star number 1 all-purpose back in the 2024 class, Aneyas Williams. Appreciate you, man.
Of course, thank you.